1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh,
Hey guys!
it's the Hake Report,
Hey guys, the Hake Report!
la la la.
La la.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Welcome to the Hake Report, the HakeReport.com. Hake is still out, self-isolated, but all is well. All is well. And so I am Jesse Lee Peterson sitting in for James Hake. Again, it's an honor. I just hope I can live up to it. Hake is amazing with the good hair. With the good hair. He's missing all of you. He missed everyone. But he needed the rest, that's for sure. All right? All is well. Listen, you can get involved by calling 888-7753-773. 888-77-JESSE. I want to know, is there anyone out there, one soul, that believe the coronavirus thing is not real? One person that said, you know what, it's a fake. I don't even believe it. I want to know, is there one? Or one person who's thinking, I'm going to do what I want to do anyway. I'm going to touch my face. Oh, I touched my face. I'm going to shake hands. I'm just going to do what I want. 888-77-JESSE. And we're doing like an open line Friday thing today. I don't really have anything special for the Hake Report. Open line Friday, whatever's on your mind, you can get it off your chest. All right? Let me go to, is it Dana from Texas? Dana, thank you for calling the Hake Report. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse.
How you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
All is well. Thank you for calling.
It's been a long time, but actually I wanted to comment
It's
on
been
the
a
biblical
long time without you, my friend. Go
question.
ahead.
Since we're kind of just going on from Jesse, I guess, whatever. We're going into the Hake Report.
That's right.
Well, I was kind of the one and only time that I can remember that someone asked me to specify a God was someone who I was kind of sort of debating about God, and they were just kind of being a douche when they asked me which God,
Right.
as if it wasn't obvious.
Oh, you're
And,
responding
I
to
mean-
my biblical question. What does it
Yes.
mean when people say the God of the Bible, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay. What does that mean when they say that? Or when you say
Well,
it?
I mean, if you were in a predominantly Christian country, you wouldn't expect to be asked about another God, whether New or Old Testament. It's the same God.
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't go to the Middle East and talk about God and not expect it to be like Allah or whatever.
Allahu Akbar.
I mean, it doesn't really make sense to have to specify. We aren't really pagans, even though, yeah, we have some of the holidays, but it's still a Christian-dominated country.
Right. And so,
It's kinda-
have you ever said the God of the Bible?
I mean, I guess in that specific instance, I felt like it had to specify because they asked me to.
Uh-huh. And,
I
and,
thought it was kind of silly.
and when you said
it was
of the
intellectual.
Bible, what did you mean, the God of the Bible?
I mean, I meant specifically the Abrahamic Bible.
Okay.
It's the Bible, the Christian Bible.
I got
and
you.
it felt kind of ridiculous. I had to specify that.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're saying. That's amazing. I'm
mean,
going
they
to
talk
put
about a
my little
specific
2
God.
cents in on Sunday. All right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're just trying to be facetious.
Yeah. Amazing. I appreciate that, Dana. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jesse.
You're welcome. Amazing. Is there anyone who believes that coronavirus is a fake? Sandra from Michigan. Let's see here. Sandra from Michigan. Welcome to the show. Thank you for calling the Hake Report.
Hey, nice to talk to you, Jesse.
You too. How are you?
I'm Just great. Thank you.
All right.
Listen, I am so angry at Xi Jinping for creating this whole mess and now trying to accuse the rest of the world and foreigners coming into China
Yeah.
for the cause of this.
Yeah.
Because you have to look at it globally, and globally, Europe, Australia, Great Britain, everybody economically is facing a crisis, and this has been created by China because he kept silent during the early weeks of this virus. And what people don't know, in Wuhan, where this began,
Yes.
there is a huge international airport. And people come and go from all over the world.
Amazing.
Like 24.5 million passengers, I think, in the last year. So you can fly out of Wuhan and you can go to San Francisco, you can go to New York City, you can go to Paris, Rome, Istanbul, Australia, just all over the world.
Yeah.
And that's what was happening. And so while this virus was active and he didn't address it, people were flying into Wuhan and then flying back to their country,
Yeah.
infected with this virus, and now it's all over the world. And countries, I mean, Italy is in bad shape economically. Germany is, United Kingdom is. And they're going to look at China and go, I don't know if we want to continue, trade with them, or it's going to affect them
Yeah.
as far as the international view. So what he's doing now, he has his top officials order a gratitude education campaign guiding residents to thank him and the party for leading the epidemic response.
Who was doing this? Who did you say?
This is in the Wall Street Journal, and so Xi Jinping,
Oh,
is
okay.
taking his top officials
Yeah.
and, giving himself a pat on the back for being so responsive to this virus and getting it under control in
Of course.
China.
The president started calling it, as you know, the Chinese virus, right? And the people are mad. And the reason the president did that, based on what I heard him say, is because they tried to blame America for the virus and saying that it came from the military people there into China. And the president is like fighting back. And instead of the liberal media and the sorry Democrats and others supporting that, they're fighting against the president. It's like, what
they're
the?
criticizing, he's prejudiced against the Chinese. It has nothing to do with the Chinese citizens here in the country. It has to do with China, and they are directly responsible for this.
Yeah.
And now the Beijing is criticizing other countries, and notably the United States, for raising travel alerts against China.
Amazing. I'm
And
surprised
for,
at the China influence in America. I didn't know it was that deep. But apparently, a lot of these people are really deep into China. I guess they must be making money and all that. It's crazy.
Well, and you know what? Like, the virus is in Iran. And, I mean, there's like 8,000 people because the Iranians, they're not confining themselves and whatever. And so I'm thinking, well, how did the virus get to Iran? And I'm looking at another article in the paper and going, wait, these flights, none of them go to Iran. Then I find on another page on another day that there's 200 Chinese nationals in Iran, and 8,000 people have been infected. And I thought, what are 200 Chinese nationals doing in Iran?
I know. Amazing.
That's really suspicious.
It sure is. I'm not aware
And then
of that.
all of a sudden we have this huge viral outbreak.
Yeah. No,
And,
it's a mess. I thank God, though, Sandra, that we have the president in charge, because if any other Republican or Democrat would have been in charge at this time, America would be in a mess because these people would be afraid to go against China. They wouldn't tell the truth about what the real deal is and what China's doing, and we would be in a mess.
And you know what, Jesse? The media isn't telling.
No.
The media isn't
Yeah.
going. There's a main international airport in Wuhan where this originated, and they're flying. She did not tell people about this epidemic when it began in China
Yeah.
and let flights come in and out of the country, and now he's spread this all over the world.
Amazing.
But you know what? Also, the media hasn't reported is that China has put their Muslims, before this outbreak, into re-education encampments.
Amazing. Where did you find that? How did you find out about that?
That's in the Wall Street Journal.
That's amazing.
And they're there for at least a year. They can't come out until they learn English or learn Chinese, speak Chinese.
Oh.
And they're in there because they're not following Chinese law. And when they come out, they take their DNA, they take their pictures, they have all of their family's DNA so that they can follow them throughout the whole country where they're at. And they've limited to them to very minor jobs, like working in parks,
Amazing.
clean up, things like that.
Well,
So initially I thought, oh, they're going to take this virus. That's just their way of wiping out the Muslims in China. Because she wants an authentic, pure Chinese country.
Sandra, I really appreciate your call. I got to run, but you're absolutely right. And it's what I'm interested in now is it's going to be interesting to see that once all this is said and done, will America still be so tied to China as far as medicine and other products?
Contracts and manufacturing.
I wonder will that change now? Because if we go back to China, what we're doing now, we deserve what we get. We
That's
really
right,
do.
because we've got waves of layoffs now in this country, and we're going to be, and we were doing so economically well.
On the way, we're doing amazing.
Trump really took us to the sky with our economic growth. And now, because of China, we have to suffer all these repercussions.
Yeah, but it's beautiful in that the president is going to bring it all back. We'll have back control of this country, what we make and what we do. But I just don't want a liberal Democrat taking over the country again, because if they do, that would all be destroyed. Sandra, thank you for your call. I appreciate you, all right?
Thank you, Steffi.
Okay.
Good to talk to you.
You too. Amazing.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Bye now. She's right. We got to take. We have no business that deep into China. China making everything. Face masks, medicines, and all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. Let's go to. We got to get to your super chats for Hake Report. All right. Let me go to a first-time caller out of Canada, Sean. Sean, thank you for calling. You're on the air.
Hey, Jesse, how are you?
All is well, Sean. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
No man is good, but all is well.
I'm well, thank you. So I just wanted to say a couple things.
Okay.
I originally wanted to call in and talk to you about the racism thing, but, listening about Corona, I want to change to a couple of other topics, if that's okay.
Okay. Do you believe the coronavirus is real?
Yeah, it's real, but I agree with you that the media really trumps things up, and, the media lives on fear, right?
Yes.
And so they want us all to be scared. I got to tell you, I only discovered you last year. I disagree with you on a lot of things, but I do agree with you on some things. I think you're really entertaining to watch.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. And, you're doing some good things. So a couple things. So Corona's not fake. I know nurses and people in the medical profession that are dealing with it.
Right.
It's definitely, some people are panicking and acting like idiots, the fucking, excuse my language, the toilet paper buying up and all that kind of stuff is crazy.
Yes.
And, it's interesting, your last caller, I wonder what's going to happen after this whole thing blows over, because, China is to blame, obviously.
Yeah.
And, it's really unfortunate because I don't know how much you know about, what caused the outbreak. But if you see some of the videos of these wildlife markets and how these animals are treated and being abused, like, I eat animals. I'm not a vegan. But there's a difference between killing an animal quickly, painlessly, versus what some of these wildlife markets are, right?
Right.
Like, these creatures are in horrible pain. They're, like, dying next to each other, all this blood and excrement everywhere. It's just a barbaric stuff,
Have you ever killed an animal?
I have, actually. So I'll tell you, I saw that clip on YouTube of James when you were telling the guys about when you grew up and you killed animals and they
Yes.
were freaking out. I thought that was kind of funny, actually, right? Because I've met people in life that eat animals, and then when you say like you killed an animal, they look at you like you're inhumane, but it's like you're eating the damn thing.
Yeah.
So why are you being a hypocrite?
That's right.
It came from somewhere, right?
That's for sure. Somebody
right?
killed it.
Yeah, somebody killed it for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Corona's definitely not fake. Let me talk to you really quickly about something else.
All right.
Here's where we may disagree about something.
Okay.
So my parents came to Canada in the late '70s from Pakistan, right?
Okay.
Okay, and I've heard some of your comments. So I'm not Muslim anymore. Like I grew up. In a very So hear me out. So I grew up in a Muslim household, but I wasn't raised. My parents weren't strict. They're pretty like loose with the religion, right?
Yeah.
They taught me values like be a good person, respect other people, all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to ask you about American Muslims because American Muslims are kind of unique with the rest of the world because there's been like Pew studies done, like research on them done, and Muslim Americans will tend to say like they believe in America, they're American first. They kind of pick and choose aspects of the religion, like the more
Yes.
extreme aspects they kind of throw away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you agree with me on that?
I don't know because I don't
Okay.
trust the Muslims at all. And I know that they hate the Christians and they hate the Jews. And until they come out and say in numbers and say that we were wrong, we don't hate anymore, the Christians and Jews are not infidels, because they've been taught to lie. They literally believe. You know how some people literally believe the truth, right? They really believe that it's okay to lie, to deceive, and to destroy. And until that change, I don't trust them.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, this whole taqiyya thing, like I grew up and growing up knowing like Muslims, right? Like these are well-to-do members of society. Like my dad came here, he worked his ass off. Like, he's doing well. He's a contributing, functioning member of society, like he believes in Canada, all that kind of
We
stuff.
are on the radio.
Pardon me?
We are on the radio, so I know millennials cursing with millennials is a normal language. It's it's fine, but
Sorry, I'll cut down my cursing.
I understand it.
Yeah, so like I never encountered this taqiyya thing. You know what I mean? Like no one growing up, other Muslims that I met, like no one ever told me about taqiyya. So it's really weird when I hear about it from some circles in the States where they say like Muslims are growing up taught to lie. I was taught to tell the truth. I never heard of taqiyya, and I do think that maybe it's kind of exaggerated a little bit. I think the whole concept of taqiyya, I think, comes from Shia Islam, which is another sect of Islam. And the whole thing was if you're under attack by another religion or other people, you can say certain things to protect yourself. But I don't think it's as widespread as you say, because I've met decent. There's lots of decent Muslims. Obviously, you always say not all. So I just I want to disagree with you on that there, right? Because I just think maybe sometimes it's a little bit of a disservice to like the good Muslims who do exist, particularly in America and Canada, right?
If it's not true, why don't we hear other Muslims denouncing that, saying, yes, we were taught that. Yes, the Muslims believe that, but it's wrong. I used to think that way, but it's wrong. It's false. They should not be thinking that. Why don't we hear them speaking out against it?
Well, I do think the whole thing has kind of been exaggerated. I think that you do hear from Muslim associations, like the Muslim American, I don't know what it's called, when like attacks happen, they do denounce them. But I do think part of the problem is the media doesn't focus on that as much as they can. You know what I mean?
They can hold rallies. They can get the word out if they don't agree with that.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, do you think like blacks or other groups should come out protesting against other things that their communities are doing, like as a whole? Like, I guess people just want to live their lives sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to work. They want to raise their kids. Sometimes people are just focused on their own lives. You know
I think
what I mean?
that the blacks need to come out as a whole and denounce racism because it's all false. It's a made-up thing. They need to denounce the so-called leadership. I think they need to denounce the immorality of most black people and the hatred that blacks have for the whites and others. I think if majority of blacks were to start marching in the streets and speaking out against that stuff, it would have a positive impact.
Yeah, I don't disagree, but I'll tell you, like remember when, I don't know if you remember, like several years ago when there was all these.
Never ask a black man if he remembers.
So if you remember, like a few years ago, during the whole Arab Spring, like there was stuff going on in Egypt. Like there were images coming out of there. There were Muslims that were standing hand in hand to protect churches that were being attacked. So like good stuff does happen, and there are good Muslims. I just feel like.
When the last time you've seen a good Muslim?
Oh, I know good Muslims.
Like who?
Like in Canada, like in Toronto, there are good Muslims. They're functioning members of society. They're decent people.
But that doesn't make them good just because they are functioning.
Well, they're decent people. You know what I mean? They're not going around like they don't believe in terrorism and they don't believe in like what happened during 9/11.
How do you know? How do you know?
I know these people.
How?
But Jesse, there's a billion Muslims on the planet Earth. Obviously, not all of them believe in like the extremist the extremist stuff that's going on.
How do you know?
Because I've met them, and my whole life experience has been around decent Muslims.
Why don't they speak up then?
I think you know what? I will agree with you. I think that more Muslims should come out and protest.
Yeah.
I do think though, it's just human nature. Like we all get kind of focused on our own lives. We want to raise our kids. We want to lead good lives. And we know the other person just thinks, oh, someone else will do it. Do you know what I mean? There are groups and Muslims that do come out against this stuff.
Do those so-called good Muslims, do they love the Jews?
I know. Listen, I'm not really religious anymore. I'm not Muslim. So I mean, I think there are Muslims that have problems with Jews. I don't disagree with you. There are problems within the Muslim religion that need to be addressed.
Yes. But do you love the Jews?
Sure, I love the Jews. Sure,
so,
I have Jewish friends.
So you agree with me then that most Muslims do not love the Jews, right?
I can't speak for most. I don't know a billion people. But I will say that there are more Muslims, particularly in the Middle East, that have problems against the Jews.
Yeah.
I would agree with
in America and Canada and all over the world.
Sure, but at the same time, the point I'm trying to make is that, there are millions of decent Muslims that don't follow like some of the crazy shit. Like, okay, let me give you an example. In Christianity, obviously there are far less like crazy Christians who commit violence, right? I know you're against abortion. Huh?
No.
No what?
They are not crazy Christians committing violence.
No, I know. Look, let me give you an example. In the past, there's been some like so-called Christians who've done like abortion bomb. Like they've bombed abortion clinics and murdered abortion doctors.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Right. So that,
but it's very rare. It is not one or two. It's like one or two crazy Christians. Not.
No, I know. It's less. It's rare. But even in Africa, like you have some like these Christian militant groups. I'm not trying to compare the two. Obviously, there's definitely more Muslim terrorists. But I'm just saying, like, there's obviously a problem in Islam, but we can't lose sight of the fact that there are obviously millions of decent Muslims.
Where are they, though? Where are they?
They exist. They exist in L.A. They exist in New York City. They're Muslims who are part of the American military. What do you think about those people?
I think that's a dangerous mistake. Once I become president, all the Muslims have to get out of our military. They have to get out of our government. We can't trust them with that type of information because as soon as someone comes along and says something that they don't like or somebody says something about Allah, it's over.
But you're disagreeing with me that there are like millions of like normal Muslims who just want to live their lives peacefully?
The only reason I'm disagreeing because I'm simply not aware of it at all.
But there's 3.5 million Muslims in America. Like all these people are not going around.
Are that many here? Oh my God! No wonder we have Ilhan Omar in Congress.
But look, there are Muslim doctors, there are Muslim philanthropists. Like, I just feel like you can't demonize so many people. I agree with you that there's problems in Islam. I've met Muslims who have certain issues that I don't like. But at the same time, I'm just telling you, there are lots of decent Muslims.
You know why? Again, and then I got to run because so many people want to
Sure.
get in. But
Sure.
because the Muslims don't speak up, so and I know that they're taught to believe that way, and it's okay. They think lying is just fine and no big deal.
But they're not taught. They're not taught that. I
They
wasn't
don't
taught
feel.
that. I don't know.
They don't feel guilty about lying. They don't, and so I can't trust that, man. They need to change their Bible.
Look, I mean, I don't agree with what's in Islam, but I would say, like, I was never taught this whole taqiyya stuff. I mean, I think it's just been kind of exaggerated. I'm just encouraging you to maybe consider the fact that some of the taqiyya stuff has been kind of trumped up as a little bit of propaganda against Muslims. But I'm not saying,
I'll smoke on it. CBS News says that 26% of young U.S. Muslims are okay with bombing.
Really? I gotta see that stat.
Yeah, CBS News.
Yeah.
The
Look, like
survey
I said,
said that 26% of young Muslims in the U.S. think that bombing is sometimes okay.
like suicide bombing.
Is it suicide bombing? It? Suicide bombing, yes.
I mean, look, like I said, I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that number. It's 26%. It's still pretty big.
910,000 people, man. And that's a low estimation.
I guess, listen, all I'm trying to say is, let's not demonize. There's good people in every group, right? Or decent people.
But not with the Muslim.
You're saying all billion Muslims are bad?
Until they speak up. I can't help but believe it.
They do speak up. Google
and it's
it, Jesse.
nice. It's nice to say, oh, there are nice people all over. Everybody, there are decent people. It's nice to say that, but it's that reality. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, it is reality. My parents are not crazy people going around wanting to bomb things.
Are they Muslim?
Yeah.
Let me talk to them. Let me talk to them.
They're not here. They're not here.
Hey, Sean, will you call me again? This is a Hake Report. Will you call me again?
I'll call you again on your show or the Hake Report for sure.
Make sure. I enjoyed talking to you, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
How old are you, Sean?
I'm 36.
Yeah, call me again.
I will.
Hey, Sean.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Muslims.
I think I'm okay, Jesse. Thanks.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
All right, you too. Amazing. Mike is from San Antonio, Texas. Mike, welcome to the Hake Report.com. You're on the air.
I appreciate you letting me get in.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, in a sense, I'll qualify what I consider fake news.
Okay.
Fake news is when, let's say, black people get shot by the cops, and then they try to say that all cops are out to get them.
Yes.
This is what I believe is going on with this coronavirus. Let me give you some statistics. There was 56 million influenza. That's normal. October the 1st through March is when we have the flu season. It's 26,000 deaths in that. So that's average about 6,000, about 5,000 a month.
Right.
It's only been like 100 in this country, coronavirus deaths in 2 months.
Amazing.
Okay. And it hasn't been millions of people infected with this. There was a gentleman that was in that I was listening to that's actually a Fortune 500 company he owns, and his wife is Taiwanese, and he speaks Mandarin.
Mike, you need to come closer to your phone or something because you're muffled.
Okay. And he speaks Mandarin. He has a company, and he said it's well known that the Chinese did this on purpose because the President Trump has basically destroyed their economy because their economy was based on stealing from the U.S.
Yeah.
So they pushed this virus with the help of our criminal main media, so they wouldn't have to pay these tariffs. Because he said their economy is destroyed because they were so used to stealing from America, and they can't steal from us anymore.
Amazing. I
So
believe that.
in that sense, it is fake because Mark said it best. I think he said 100 deaths is a tragedy, 1 million deaths is a statistic. So they're concentrating on these 100 deaths when I just mentioned how much death the influenza causes. And that's what they're doing. And I just say we don't want to lose our humanity. That's what my theory is.
Yeah.
We don't want to lose our humanity.
I had no idea how deeply involved our country is with China, how subject we are to them, that we needed them so much. It's so crazy. If the president wasn't in the White House revealing this, it would get worse. I had no idea, Mike.
Yeah, the politicians were getting paid by China,
Yeah.
including Biden. So they just let them basically take our country.
I remember somebody in the basketball, one of these basketball teams, tried to speak up for China, and then find out that they were invested in China, and that's why they were trying to defend China. Isn't that amazing?
And Hollywood, they bought a lot of Hollywood too. So Hollywood's going to agree with this coronavirus, as you can see.
So do you believe that it's as bad as they say it is in this country or not?
No, I do not believe that, Peter. I don't believe that at all. Again, we've had 20. Our flu season kills 26,000 people, and normally it goes away when the summer or spring comes, like President Trump said. I mean, he had to do this because, again, the media is going to accuse him of committing murder if he didn't. But I think, once it starts warming up, it'll go away. But I wanted to make sure that we hold these people accountable, the media especially.
Yeah.
They're criminal in what they're doing. And I'm trying to support all the industries that got hurt. Maybe once this thing is over, go to the restaurant, buy some airline tickets.
Yeah.
These people's careers and their businesses were destroyed by this, and it's criminal what they did. No, I don't believe at all that it's even close. I'm being careful as far as being around people because I believe these people are psychotic, the liberals, and I believe they would try to spread it purposely. So they've even said that.
Amazing. Well, I know they hate the president so bad, man. There's no telling what they would do. I wouldn't put anything past them, to be honest with you.
No, I wouldn't either. But
Yeah.
I think we should just hold these people accountable when this is over. They're criminals.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it,
All right.
buddy. Okay. Bye now. TheHakeReport.com. Super chats. And D-Live.
You want to do them now or when we open the church chest? Okay.
Oh, is this when you know? Let's do the super chats and stuff now, and then we'll open the treasure chest when. Hate don't run this. Where's Hate now? Hate don't run this.
TNT 88 with the diamond. La la la.
La la la. The Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
How Computer Smell says, Jesse, I want to know, do you ever feel the rain?
I wanna know. Do you ever feel the rain coming down on me? You ever heard that?
From you.
Oh, yeah? That's amazing.
Giovanni A. Amazing. SOBC donates and says to Hake's Coronavirus Fund. Amazing. Asmodor with the Ninjagini wishing James Hake a speedy recovery and return to the Hake Report.
Hake Report, we need your Hake.
Sion, wish me well, Jesse. I am getting checked. They found 2 people on my job with the virus. Love you. Could you do the Kamala Harris laugh? Let me expire.
Sion, be safe. I wish you well. My prayers are with you. I wish you well. That's my prayer. It just feels good.
Philosopher with the diamond, amazing. Philosopher with another diamond. TNT 88 with the diamond. Everybody was Kung Flu fighting.
You heard that song, right?
Yeah.
Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. Oh.
TNT says Kung Flu. Amazing. Dark Side of the Bear, what with the diamond. Get well soon, Hake. We miss you. BNB, but love you more. Black and brown, but love you more. That's messed up, but we accept.
They love Hake. They miss him, but they love being black and brown a little bit more. Whatever.
I thought it was the other way. Giovanni A. Hola, snack bar. Oh, no. Aloha, snack bar. Amazing. Black salad. Can't trust China. God bless Trump. Virus is a scam. Asmodor with the diamond. Decent Muslims, in quotations, should live in Muslim countries.
That's right. If you're that decent.
Kevin, Nick is an amazing producer. I'm going to have me an anchor baby one day.
He is. Nick is the best producer on this side of heaven. Believe I wish you could see him at work. He is like 90 going north.
And I don't think he sleeps either.
I don't think so.
Social Pariah on Streamlab. Jesse, we take the Corona check? Oh, no. Jesse, should we take the Corona check? My dad was offered a FEMA check and turned it down during Hurricane Katrina. I was very proud of him, and I'm not sure if this is the same.
No, take the Corona check with a smile because those are your tax dollars. Everything's shut down, especially if you can't go to work and all that. Absolutely, you're getting your money back.
Right. Brandon M. with the diamond. Black and brown, turn around. Amazing.
That's right.
Philosopher with the diamond. And that seems like all for now.
Thank
Amazing.
y'all. I appreciate it for the HakeReport.com, all right? And don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, share, ring Hake's bell. And we all have a church on Sunday, but live stream on Sunday, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Samuel is from Sweden, all the way from Sweden. Samuel, welcome to the Hake Report.
Yeah, it's amazing to be on the Hake Report with Jesse.
Amazing. Thank you, Samuel.
Yeah, I think it's great that I can call in and speak a little with you because I end my work, when Hake begins. That's the only way I can call in.
Right on.
Nowadays.
Well, I'm glad I'm here for you.
Yeah. I don't know if I called Hake sometimes and thought, I had a girlfriend and I proposed to her, so she said yes. So she was my fiancée for a short while.
Yes.
And then she broke off the engagement.
Good.
Well, why do you say good?
Because it's best to know if you want to be with this person before you get married, right? So if she broke it off, you save yourself a lot of trouble, Samuel.
But, I liked her, and I still like her. And the thing is that, I mean, when we're together, we have a good chemistry between each other. But, I see that she listens to her thoughts. And it's like when she listen to her thoughts and live in that kind of way, she's a religious Christian, and I'm not religious. But anyway, then she, that's when she doesn't like me. And, now I can see, now it's gone so far, so she just doesn't want to hear anything from me.
What was her reason?
When we were together, we had a good chemistry.
What was her reason for breaking it off, calling it off?
She gave me 20 reasons.
Oh.
But I can tell you that pretty soon after the engagement, I was over, and she had her mother there. She's living with her mother. And, her mother is that crazy. And I just told her how the cow ate the cabbage. And I said that, sitting down, and and her mother went really angry at me. And some days later, I was supposed to invite all them for dinner at my place. And her mother refused to come because she doesn't like me anymore. Anyway,
How old are you, Samuel?
I'm gonna become 36 in just a couple of weeks.
Samuel, you should be thankful that this woman cut it off before you married her. Just imagine what it would be had you married her and found all this out, right? You would be in hell. So be grateful. Seek the kingdom of God.
I know. I saw her bad part, but a bad part of
but
that.
You ain't seen everything.
Well, I know that she was religious. I know she believed her thoughts, and I know that she could become angry. But I was very clear and certain at my part.
What's your question for me about that? What's your question?
Yeah, well, just tell me how I'm stupid for being disappointed or something. I don't know.
You're stupid.
Yeah, perhaps I am. But I feel like, I feel like...
Listen to me. You got too into this woman. She's too important to you, right? That you're willing to accept her knowing that she screwed up, right? You don't want it. You don't want that. Just seek the kingdom Pay attention to yourself. And if it's meant for you to have one, it'll be given to you. It'll be the right one. But I would let the dust hit my feet with this one.
But the problem is that I live my life just observing, and I can't see myself going forward. I can't see my going back. I don't see anything. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do?
Just live your life. Be grateful. Live what's in front of you, and it'll all work out. There is no forward. There is no backwards. Just live now. That's all you have, and be grateful for what you have and where you are.
Yeah, I really hope I will see that I have to be grateful. I don't see that right now. I don't know why.
Because you're into this woman. You made her your God.
That's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, that's why you're suffering, because your God has gone away, and now you feel empty again. You don't want to be fulfilled by a woman. You want to be fulfilled by returning to the Father. You want to return to God, right? So just let yourself go through that, Samuel. Let yourself feel that emptiness. Don't hate that emptiness, and then you shall be fulfilled. And so when you do meet another woman, you won't make her your God, Samuel.
Yeah. Thanks, Jesse.
Yeah,
I really needed this talk.
Yeah, let yourself suffer, man. It's a dying of the old way and waking up to the real person.
Yeah.
So don't run after that woman. Don't be begging. Don't be crying. If you're gonna shed some tears, do it quickly, but in the privacy of your own home somewhere. But don't let her know that you are yearning for her like that, right?
Yeah. Well, thanks.
It wasn't meant for you, Samuel. Let it go, man. Don't be a beta.
No, I don't want to.
Well, then let it go. Let yourself go through that pain, and you'll be free. And don't resent the pain. Don't resent yourself. Don't resent her. Be grateful that you found out before you married this woman.
Yeah.
It wasn't meant for you, and you should be grateful. Most men don't see it until they're into it, and it's too late.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go through it.
Yeah, allow yourself to go through it. It'll pass.
Great. I wish you a happy Corona weekend.
All right. And you get past. Are you doing my silent prayer video, Samuel?
I do it every morning, every night, but sometimes I just do it for 5 minutes. I don't know if
that's better than nothing. That's better than nothing.
Yeah.
So while going through this thing with this woman, stay out of your imagination, because it's the thought of it that makes you feel weird, and that's when you hurt, right?
Yeah.
But just let that pass. Go through that. Let it pass. And you'll be fine. You'll be fine, man.
I just have to say one more thing. Sometimes I see my thoughts, I see them so clearly, and I see how they have power over me. And it's like I can't stop them from affecting me.
Right.
And that's the other part. I can see my thoughts, and I can see how they give me emotions, and I can't stop it. That's very annoying.
Well, you can't, because it's spiritual. You can observe it, but you can't stop it. Don't try to stop it, Samuel. It only get worse. It's a spiritual battle that's happening within you between the darkness and the light. The light will defeat it. Don't you try to do anything about it, but to observe it. It's not you.
Yeah, amazing.
Amazing. Let me know how it goes.
Thank you.
All right. God bless you, Samuel. Ooh, I've sat by the dock of the bay before. Have you ever sat by the dock of the bay?
Oh, yeah.
It's painful. Watching the time go away. No, let it pass. You made the woman your God. You really did. You made the woman your God. Hey, the role got to reverse. The man is over the woman. The woman is not over the man. Any woman that's over you, over a man, you are suffering. Because it's out of order. It's not the real deal. Laverne is from Las Vegas. Laverne, welcome to the HakeReport.com.
Jesse, hey, it's Levon calling. How are you, sir?
All this well. So you say Levon, but I'm black. It's Levon. But Levon.
No, it's leave on, like I leave on a good note.
Right on. Well, welcome to the Hake Report.
Right on, guys. Hey, glad to be with you.
Thank you.
So I was calling about the coronavirus thing. And,
Do you believe it's real?
Okay, there is truth and there are lies.
Do you
about
believe
this
it's
whole
real?
situation.
Do you believe it's real?
I think the virus itself is real, yes.
Okay.
Itself, it is real. I'm thinking that there are lots of lies about it, though. The Chinese Communist Party is propagandizing this whole thing big time.
I wouldn't be surprised. You're right. I wouldn't be surprised about that.
Yeah, and it's exposing a lot of the people who work for them. A lot of people who are in the media and in the politicians and in business also. I think it's exposing a lot of business people who are doing business with China and who are saying, oh, well, you should shut up about it or toe the line. People are kind of getting in line and acting like it's a great big hysteria and talking about how the virus is going to spread and kill all these people. I think it's really interesting how there's all these high-profile celebrities suddenly catching the disease. I thought that was very, very interesting. Here's my thing about China.
I wonder why they make a big deal out of it when a so-called celebrity get it, but they don't when a carpenter or cotton-picking person or someone else get it. Why? Celebrities are no one. They ain't nobody.
Mm-hmm.
They're
so
not
funny
special.
how Madonna and Tom Hanks, two very vocal anti-Trump people have the coronavirus, and they're suddenly typing at home from a Corona-matic typewriter. Isn't that weird?
It's insane. I don't care about those people. I don't care what they're doing. I don't know why they think that we are so influenced by celebrities. It's crazy that they do that, and a lot of people fall for it, though. I do understand it.
Yeah, I think it is interesting. Well, here's the crazy thing. Did you know that the Chinese Communist Party has been exposed for harvesting organs from dissidents and religious people from the bloody harvest? You heard about that?
No, I may have, but I don't remember.
Okay, so in the past and apparently even currently, there have been many people rounded up in China and put into prisons, and then they were killed and their organs were harvested and then sold on the market.
How did you find
for
this out?
Organ transplant.
How did you find? I wouldn't doubt it, but how did you find it out?
Tucker Carlson talked about it.
Oh, okay.
I believe it's been in the Wall Street Journal as well and in the New York Times. This has been going on for a long time, actually. It's been going on for at least 20 years.
It's interesting how the liberals pretend to love the earth and the animals and love everything, but when China does all this stuff, they say nothing about it. Right.
And so they can produce organs and give people organ transplants at a very quick clip.
Yeah.
So there's been a report that there was a person in China who had coronavirus and they needed a double lung transplant. And they were able to get 2 new lungs within 5 days.
Amazing.
How on earth can that happen? 2 brand new lungs within 5 days, when in America it takes years to get a lung transplant, right?
We got to take our life back from China. We cannot let China control us. We cannot let them have our life. Levon, I got to run because I'm running out of time, and I'm on the Hake Report, and so many people want to get in. I really appreciate it, man.
Okay, well, I hope everybody can take a look at China real strong now.
Yes.
Good luck, and God bless you.
You too, buddy. Levon. Thank you, man. Paul is a first-time caller out of Boston, Massachusetts, to the Hake Report. Paul, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Awesome, man. I'm a big fan of yours, Jesse, and
thank you.
I'm just calling because, like your caller from before said, that with the coronavirus, it certainly incited a reaction that was much needed in America, because we have celebrities that constantly, when it comes to China, like the protests earlier last year, they were very cautious to comment on it, specifically in the NBA.
Yeah.
And now, I live in Boston, so it's near where the conference happened, where like over 100 people caught corona, and It's pretty crazy. I mean, for the most part, people are still going out, but not in numbers. But my question to you is, Donald Trump, the Great White Hope.
The Great White Hope.
Do you think because of this, he's gonna enact some sort of a military or economic response towards China?
Oh, good question. The one thing about the president, he would not go to war unless he literally had to. He's not like one of those liberal Democrats and right-o Republicans where they love war because they get the money and it help them in some kind of personal way. So I don't know. If he had to protect the American people by going to war, absolutely. But if he doesn't have to, I doubt it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy, honestly, because, now celebrities are getting it, like the caller from before said, and all right, there's already proof that China knew about this since November, and that around December there were some sort of vaccines being implemented.
Right.
And they prevented that, and it's I personally think they did this because they knew there'd be some sort of economic counterpunch to what Trump was doing to China, because we want, obviously, everything to be made in the USA.
Yes.
And we want our jobs back. So it's awesome to see you, bring the good word. I've been following you for about 2 years now, and your show's amazing.
That's amazing. One thing I don't understand about anybody in America, why would we trust China about anything? I don't trust the news that come from China. I don't trust anything about China. They cannot be trusted.
Oh, yeah, and they're in our universities, too. I mean, in Harvard, there were a few professors that, one got arrested, and a few students were caught trying to smuggle samples over there. So I'm not a big conspiracy guy, but it certainly begs the question that, is China funding these people, and for what purpose?
When I become president, Paul, they got to leave. The Chinese, those China folks got to go. The Allah Akbar people got to go. The illegal aliens got to go. And the Mummy Africa people got to go. I want my country back, Paul.
I'm voting for you, man. The wall's going up.
Oh, the wall's going up, and they are going back. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate you, man.
Awesome. Take care. God bless you.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks for calling our Hake Report. Amazing, right? We're going to be opening the treasure chest in about a minute or two. About a minute or two, we're going to open the treasure chest on D-Line for the Hake. The Hake Report. We are having church with Lee Peterson this Sunday live stream. You don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss it. Luis is out of Idaho, not Navajo, but Idaho. Louis, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Thank you, man. How are you?
All is well. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well.
Good.
Can I tell you that in Islam, cheating and winning is still winning? That's all it is.
What did you say? Repeat that.
Cheating and winning in Islam is still winning.
Oh, cheating and winning in Islam, meaning that if they cheat, if they lie, they're still winning?
Yep.
Mate,
you know what?
Are you a Muslim?
No, I'm not. But I lived in Saudi Arabia for 9 years.
How was that like?
I worked there for 9 years. It was all right.
That's amazing, man. So do you trust the Muslims?
No, not at all.
Me either.
You cannot trust them.
Yeah.
You cannot trust them at all.
That's why I don't want them in our military and in our government.
Yeah, you were so right about that. I swear to you, you were so right about that.
Amazing. We got to use common sense, Louis.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, I appreciate your call, man. Thank you, all right?
Thank you, bye.
All right. So if the Lord is willing and the creek don't rise, Hake will be back. He'll be back on Monday, but he will be a part of our live stream on Sunday morning as well. And his show is at 9 a.m. Pacific time, Monday through Fridays and Sundays. The only day that he's not working, and even then, Hake will find something to do. He white. White people are taught to work. That's why I love white folks. White folks work. They earn their way, right? And then the blacks come along. We want affirmative action. We want. Oh! Is it open right now? It's open! The treasure chest is open on D-Live for the Hake Report.com. Joel, play. Are you able to play 20-3?
20-3.
No. Oh, let me see. Oh, yeah, this couple reporting from the road, the truck driver.
Yep.
Can you play that?
Yep.
I want you to play that, Joel, and then tell me, as an expert, what you think about it.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, go ahead.
Truck drivers Ed and Tracy Zimmerman join us right now. They are on the road. I think you're on 77 out by Mount Airy right now, right, Tracy?
Correct.
Okay, and what are you hauling today?
We are hauling
refrigerated pork right now.
Yes.
They're not running out of things per se, but there are some questions about the supply line, and you are part of the chain of supply. So what is the hardest thing you are coming up against as you try to get your products to market?
The biggest thing right now is the fact that the reason stores are out is because people are buying abnormally. They're stocking up, they're hoarding it. There's plenty of food in the supply chain. It just takes time to get from the plant to the warehouse to the grocery store. And when people buy extra and hoard it up, that puts an abnormal stress on the chain, and then things have to double up, and it takes a little time to catch up with everything.
Mm-hmm. What did you get from that?
For one, the whole thing is set up to where she's kind of facing the camera more as if she is the one leading the conversation. But she just, to be honest, she sits up there looking silly in the face because she don't know really what to say.
Because she didn't know what was in the truck.
Right.
But they go to the woman first rather than the man.
They should have had the position
right,
switched.
Tracy?
Right.
They go right to the woman and not the man.
Yeah, because he's in the background, it looks like.
He
knows everything.
Even if you were sitting in the front, they still would have asked her. Right, Tracy?
And she like,
Tracy like, what the? I don't know what's in the truck. I'm just with my husband.
Poor Tracy. She probably didn't even know that was about to happen either.
I'm telling you. They introduced her as a trucker, but she didn't seem to be a trucker. Looked like she was riding along with her husband. Let me go to a first-time caller out of Chicago, Tyrone. And then we got to do the D-Live. Tyrone.
Hello.
How you doing, Tyrone? Welcome to the Hake Report.
Man, Jesse, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, Tyrone.
Jesse, I am really disappointed in you, man. You are a sellout Sambo.
I have a T-shirt that says sellout. And what have I sold out, Tyrone?
Jesse,
what have I sold out?
Why do you hate black people, man?
What have I sold? Tyrone.
What did we ever do to you?
What have I sold out? Tell me that first.
You always call out the black people to appease to those white folks. You're being a coon.
I always do what now?
You're being a coon.
You say I always do what?
You sell out the black people for the whites.
Sell them out in what way? What do I sell?
Jesse, you know what I'm talking about. You say that.
No, what do I sell?
Will you do another interview with Philip Scott, by the way?
What do I sell, Tyrone? I don't know no Philip Scott. What do I sell?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You did an interview with him a few years back. Don't lie to me now.
I've done so many shows, Tyrone. I don't even remember my kid's name.
From the Advice Show TV.
But if you have me on, absolutely, I'll be happy to. Oh, Phil.
All right, you say that black people are in a fallen state.
Oh, you said Phil Advice, right?
Yes, you heard me. Yes, you heard me.
Any day I go on Phil show, man. But what have I sold out?
Do you forget that you're black? Can you look in the mirror? Like, you always sell the black people for the whites, man.
What have I sold out? You didn't tell me.
And then you want to talk about
how black people aren't. Are you crying, Tyrone?
Yeah.
Are you crying?
He laughing or something.
Is he tripping? You smoke pot?
It's because people like you. You know what?
He can't even hold it.
You know why black people are the way they are? Because we have people like you in our community.
No, because y'all have messed up parents.
No, Well, whose fault is that, Jesse?
Your
you have the
parents.
cops killing us we have cops killing us every damn day.
No, you don't.
Yes, you do.
No, you have blacks killing y'all every day.
Oh, my God, Jesse, here you go.
Don't you live in Chicago?
Yes, I live in Chicago.
You don't know that the blacks are killing each other like 90 going north?
Jesse.
You're selling out your own people by being dishonest.
Do you know why gangs were formed, Jesse?
Yeah.
It's to protect the black community from the whites. That's why the said Crips. You're in Los Angeles, right? You know why the Crips are made?
That's not true, Tyrone. They're formed because they hit their mothers.
Oh my God. We have been stripped away from our culture, Jesse.
No, you haven't.
Yes, we have.
No,
we American. We came from Africa, Jesse. We came from the ships.
You came from the ship?
They treat us like dogs.
You said y'all came from the ship?
Jesse.
Tyrone.
We came from ships.
Tyrone, did you say you guys came from shit?
Jesse, that's not what I said. We came here from ships from Africa, Jesse.
All right, thank you. Hey, Tyrone, look, call me again, all right? I'm out of time.
No, Jesse, I'm not done with you. I'm not done with you with your little Sambo ass.
Yeah. That's right. Don't be done with my Sambo. Hey, call me again, though, Tyrone. I'm out of time. Cool. Super Chats and D-Live.
Yeah. So we have Super Chats. Super Chats and D-Live. We have from SOBC to the Hake Beta Back Fund. Amazing. Philosopher with the diamond. Asmodor with the diamond. Take care, James. Get better. We miss you.
Yep.
Philosopher with another diamond. Also, Nick, do you have the treasure chest here that you could throw on really quick? I'm not seeing the treasure chest.
Ooh, Nick gonna be in trouble with Hake. With Hake. You don't mess with Hake diamonds. You may mess with Hake's flowers, but you don't mess with Hake's diamonds.
Diamonds. But I don't see it right here. But
well, we'll get to it. He'll
get
to them on Monday, and he is grateful. I can speak for him. He's grateful. And the problem is, not a problem, but the situation is, Nick is working on both shows today and running around, so he can't get to it. But thank you, all right? I'll see you Sunday on live stream on church, rebuildingtheman.com/church at 11 a.m. Sunday morning Pacific time. And thank you all for everything. And hey, I hope I lived up to you, man, for this job. I mean, I hope I halfway lived up to what you could do on the Hake Report. Thank you all. Have a good one.